Hey guys, tonight I want to talk about why you shouldn't be a race first. Why you should identify with your nation first. And this is very important. And I have some outlines here because I tend to ramble. I tend to take a few breaks in thinking what I'm talking about. I don't want to waste anyone's time. Alright, so I'm going to just jump right into it. My first point is, if you divide yourself on racial lines, you become your race and then your country. Say if I'm a white person, I will say I'm white and then I'm American, or I'm black and then I'm an American. Now I'm mostly just going to use American in this video. Why? Because I am American, and the old stereotype is that Americans are very patriotic to their country, which I think is dying out a lot in this country. Terrible. So, why is that important? Why is it important to keep your nation first? Well, the reason why is because, say, if I'm a white person, I'm running off that I'm white, or if I'm black, say Obama, he was running off that he's the first black president. Well then, if he's going off that, then he's likely to implement laws and things that can hurt the country overall, but be helpful to his black voter base. However, I think Obama was a terrible president for different reasons other than his racial laws, but I don't think he really made that many racial laws anyways. You're more likely, if you identify as your race first, to knowingly hurt your country for the good of that race. Why? Because you don't care about the other races, you don't care about the country, you care more about your race. And my next point is that this weakens your nation as it divides the people within it and creates civil turmoil and can lead to the division of these states. And the reason this is because if I'm white and my neighbor's black, then instead of us saying we're both Americans first, we say, I'm white, he's black, and that's our difference. We won't go further than that because that's our core principle. That's our number one thing. Instead of we are Americans, we are together. Well, he's black. He's the outside group. I'm white. Why would I want to associate with him? It divides the country based on these lines. And this also makes it easier to be influenced by outside forces, as they will try to use these divisions to turn a nation against itself. And on my fifth point, I go into this and say that it makes it easier to manipulate using your own biases. And what this means is, say I'm a foreign nation, and I see a country, and I'll say America again. In America, there's this division between whites and blacks. If I want to take over America, if I want to really, really hurt America, the very first thing I'm going to do is target the people in the country. I'm going to start sending as much media as I can to create a race war, to divide these people as much as possible, and hopefully separate them. They talk a lot about Russian collusion. If I was Russia, I wouldn't care about the president. I'd care about the people in the country. And I'd be doing everything I can to divide the people in the country. Why? Because divided you are weak. Together you are strong. It's that old core principle. Because there is power in numbers. So, if you can go in and divide these people up based on that race, well, you never even have to step foot in the country. It kills itself. It devolves into, well, you're white, I'm black. Why would I do anything for you? Why would I even sell to you? You're black. Why would I do anything for you? You're evil. You're black. You're the outside group. Oh, you're a whitey. I hate whiteys. I won't sell to no damn whitey. Well, And it creates this turmoil in a country that is severely detrimental. It will kill a country. Why? Because then you start having fights in the street. Then you get enough people in government. Well, they say, well, this area is mostly white. We want to separate it from the rest of the country. Why? Because there's all blacks over there. This side of the country is all blacks. We want to separate from the whites over there and have our own state. We built this place. And then, well, then you have two separate states that are very easy to control and take over. And it creates the problems that it says it fights against. Say, and I'm going back to social justice warriors with this one. If you sit there and say that all white people are evil, or all black people are evil, well then you create the demon that you're trying to fight against. Why? Because if you sit here and say, and continually say that I'm evil, well, why won't I just act evil? If I'm accused of the crime continually, it's a psychological thing that, well, why don't I just do it? And it creates this problem inside people's heads. If you hear it over and over enough, then you begin to believe it. It's like a brainwashing effect. I see this in my mother, because she watches CNN all the fucking time, and she knows it's all BS, but then after a week or two of listening to it, she's like, oh, maybe it's true. I'm like, no, it's not. Stop. Stop listening. And if you just hear every single day of your life, white people are holding you down, black people are stupid and bad, well then, you're just going to believe it. After a while, you may not believe it at first, but after a while, you just begin to believe it, because you just hear it every single day. It's a type of brainwashing. And once you have everyone believing that the other race is evil, the other race is bad, then, well, you have to destroy the things that are evil in society. So, then you get the fighting in the streets, the killing of each other, get these hate groups. And these kinds of things never end well. So, you should always identify yourself as the nation you're in first, because then it includes all these people. Because if I'm an American first, why do I care if my neighbor's black? He's an American too. Our goals are the same for the good of this country. Because what's good for America is what's good for me. If the nation does well, I do well. And that's all inclusive. So if you look at it that way, if you divide people on racial lines, you're just doing it bad for everyone. Anyways, that's all I really wanted to say. My email is, as always, in the description bar below, if you want to contact me. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.